Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're here to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge XE9680. In this video, we're going over the most important part these days, GPUs. Let's get going. Hey, thanks for stopping by today. It's a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge XE9680. Do us a favor, if you find anything that helps you in this video, click that like, smash that subscribe. All right, we'll hop in. Now, this video is going to be specifically dedicated towards GPUs. So what we're going to do is first just go over some general information, and then we're going to talk about the compatible GPUs. What we will do in the future, we're not going to do right now, is we will do a true install video replacing the baseboard and putting a new baseboard in. I do not like to take the baseboard out. I just don't. I feel like you can only take that thing out a few times before you're going to run into issues, even if you have the best engineers in the world. I don't like taking out the baseboard. So I wasn't going to take one out of a good functional system, so I was going to wait till we had a bad one, and then we'll record it and show you guys that kind of whole process. So if you're looking for that, I apologize, but do know I do have that planned for the future. So again, general information, and then we are going to talk about the compatible GPUs. And I did also want to note, very important, that if you have any H100 or H200 or any of these just GPU servers as a whole, B200s, B300s I'd take as well for sure, but if you have any of those, we are a great hub here in the States for used GPU servers. We will stock them. We have great customers for them. So if you're looking to buy or to sell, please definitely give us a shout, sales@cloudninjas.com. All right, let's get over that and get to the good stuff. All right, let's start with some general information, and then we'll go over some of the compatibilities. So on the NVIDIA side, these are going to be considered SXM5. Sometimes you'll hear the phrase HGX. It's kind of the same thing. Essentially, what that's going to call out is that is going to be an 8 GPU baseboard. So you're going to see a baseboard as opposed to a PCIe card. So instead of 8 PCIe cards, you're going to see one baseboard that has 8 GPUs on it. The nice thing about this is that these GPUs talk. So they have a high-speed GPU to GPU fabric, which is going to be your NVIDIA NVLink plus NVSwitch. For AMD, you're going to have Infinity Fabric. For Intel on package, ROCE, Ethernet. So the CPUs are going to be for orchestration and the GPUs for compute. So CPUs are going to be handling scheduling and data prep. GPUs are going to be for performance and massive parallel math and AI workloads. Some of the general purpose that you're going to use this for is going to be for AI HPC stuff like optimizing large language models for training or for inference or simulation or large parallel workloads or whatever the case may be. But those are just going to be some of your general purpose or applications. And again, I like to point out that you're not consuming the PCIe slots for the GPUs. You're using the GPU baseboard, and then those PCIe slots can be used for networking, and there's literally 10 PCIe slots, and we'll go over that later, but you can put a networking card per GPU and then have 2 networking cards for your actual networking and switching. So it's a pretty cool system as a whole, the way that it's set up, but the GPUs are the heart of all of this, and GPUs are obviously what everyone wants right now. And believe it or not, the H100s and the H200s are still on the ban list because they're that powerful. Even 3 years after they've come out, they're just that powerful that the government's not going to let these still go overseas because they're they're monsters. Even though they're 3 years old, they're still monsters. And on that note, let's go ahead and hop into what GPUs are compatible. I've already kind of touched on the ones that are most important to us, at least, the H100s and the H200s. You could technically put in A100 80 gigs in there as well. You can put in H20s. You got AMD and Intel Gaudi. There's some general options that you can still put in there outside of the H100s and H200s. But realistically speaking, that's what you're going to want with this box is H100s or H200s, and H200s would be great as the time that we're making this video, they are very, very difficult to get because a lot of the data centers are still holding on to them. A lot of the hyperscalers are still holding on to them. The H100s are finally starting to trickle out, but it's not even like there's just this massive, like if someone came and said, hey, I need 1,000 H100s, it's a very, very difficult requirement right now. Even the other day, someone came in and wanted 128 of them, and we helped fill the order, but it was a hell of a lot harder to get all one OEM, all one configuration for a cluster, because there's some of these coming out in 20, 30, 64, whatever that we're seeing, and there's still big loads coming out, 1,000 at a time. Don't get me wrong, and we're there for you big hyperscalers. When you'll have those, please definitely give us a shot. We actually would love that because sometimes it's hard to get those big lots. But that being said, H100s and H200s are still very difficult to get on the used market and just now coming out. And the resale value of them is still really good. So, if you bought these originally 3 years ago and you're going to resell them right now, you're not too mad, to be quite honest, because your algorithm that you probably put in to get your ROI wasn't counting on this big of a return on the back end, I would have to imagine. So the fact they've held their value just again goes to show you how powerful they really are. All right, so all that being said, hey, appreciate you guys stopping by. If you have any for sale, email us. If you're looking for any, email us. And in the future, I definitely want to get an install video for the baseboard, so keep an eye out for it. We'll try to get that as soon as we can to help everyone that needs to do that replacement in that unfortunate situation where they have one that goes bad and they're looking for how to carefully put it in there because it's not as easy as you would like. So that will be coming in the future. But again, thanks for stopping by. Take it easy.